Hi everyone, it's Mark Rep, Technology Trainer at Port Huron Schools. Today it's a crash course in using the RecordEx Simplicity Cam document camera. This is the document camera that we purchased with bond money. So what I'm going to show you today is, like I said, a crash course in how to use this gadget to your advantage in some workflow scenarios that may help you a lot. So I'm going to start by opening up the document camera software, which is called XSight HD. It's right on my desktop here, and I'm going to double click on it, and that's going to open up the software, which includes such things as annotation tools, zooming tools, and also some tweaks that you can use to make your picture show up much better on your screen. This is actually called the options button, bottom left corner. When I click on that, it's going to bring up the options, and I'm going to start by showing you a troubleshooting tip that we've discovered. Majority of the desktops in the district do not have webcams. If for any reason this checkbox is checked, which says enable picture-in-picture mode, requires a second camera to be attached, that is exactly correct. If it doesn't have that second camera, then if it gets checked, it's going to crash your software and it's going to crash your document camera. So if you see this checkbox is checked and you don't have a webcam on your computer, your document camera simply is not going to work. So you'll want to uncheck that. So simply click Save, and that setting will be applied, and you should be back up and running. Now I'm going to go back down to the options again and show you some more settings that are important. One is the audio option down here. You see audio device. By default, everyone gets none, which means you cannot record your voice with this device unless you turn it on. And the good news is you can turn it on yourself, since most of the computers in the district now do not have deep freeze. If you go to audio device and instead of choosing none, you'll want to choose microphone array RecordEx USA. Now I'm using a headset microphone to record this right now, so I have some additional options, but you're probably only going to have one option, and that will be microphone array RecordEx USA. So click on that option and you can now record your voice. Up here where it says Video Device 1, you'll want to make sure that your video device is RecordEx USA. If you have a webcam and you go to the drop down, you'll see USB Video Device. Now what most people will choose is the default, obviously, which would be RecordEx USA, and that's your document camera. If you had a webcam, you could enable picture-in-picture. But I'm going to go with the default, which is RecordEx USA. Now I'm going to click Save again. And I'm going to take you to the next troubleshooting tip. And that is that I have a document under my camera right now, and if I zoom in, you'll notice that it becomes somewhat distorted. I can even go to the top of the document camera and I can move the little focus knob. It might show up a little bit clearer, but still you'll notice that the picture is not that great. And when I zoom in and I click and drag down, I can focus in on something and zoom in, but it still is not a very clear picture. So immediately many teachers throw up their hands and they say, this document camera is a piece of junk. Well, it's actually not. In all actuality, if you go to your options again to the bottom left corner, we're getting used to that area, and you go to your video size, the default setting for some people may be 640 by 480, which is actually a very bad setting for this camera. If you click the drop down arrow and you go to a much higher setting, depending on how large your monitor is, these choices will be different. But I'm going to go to a much better option than 640 by 480, which is 1280 by 1024. The point being that you can double and even triple your screen resolution size. So I'm going to go to 1280 by 1024 just to show you the difference in screen quality. I'm going to click Save. And watch how the resolution immediately clears up right before your eyes just by changing that one setting. Now we have a much clearer camera picture. And if I click the plus sign down at the bottom of the software, you can see that I can get quite tight with that 1280 by 1024 screen resolution. And that is today's tech tip using the RecordEx USA XSight HD viewer and the Simplicity Cam document camera. And ways that you can correct problems that you may come across in the future. Join me again for another tech tip. I'm Mark Rep.